Hello everyone, today we're going to be solving question number 6 and 7 from the 2023 Mathcounts State Level Sprint Round. Question number 6 reads, Calvin and Susie live on the same side of a street as shown, where adjacent houses have address numbers that differ by 6. If Calvin's address number is 2021 and is less than Susie's address number, what is Susie's address number? Okay, so they differ by 6, that means if he is 2021 and Susie's is greater, this is plus 6, so the next house will be 2027. The next, then plus 6, so 2033. And then plus 6, so that's 2039. The important thing to note here is just because there are 4 houses does not mean you add 4 times 6. You have to add the number of gaps because that's the number of times you're taking the difference of 6. So Susie's address number should be 2039. Question number 7 reads, the perimeter of a rectangle is 36 millimeters. What is the greatest possible area of the rectangle? So one thing to note about rectangles is to maximize the area. So you have 2 extremes. You can either have a really thin rectangle with the same perimeter but smallest area, or you can have a square-ish, it doesn't have to be fully a square, but as close to a square as possible with the largest area. And you can check why it's the largest area and smallest area. The idea behind it is, you can, if you want to see it very vigorously, it comes from difference of squares. But basically, the closer you are to having 2 numbers that are similar, like if you have, you know that in this case, in this perimeter, 2 side lengths must add up to, if this is W and this is L. W plus L must be 18. So if you make them really far apart, like 1 and 17, that gives you an area of 17. That's the smallest it gets. If you want W and L to be as close as possible, 9 and 9, you get 81. And you can test all the pairs in the middle to convince yourself. But when presented with this sort of question, greatest possible area comes from having the side lengths be as close as possible. So that means you want it to be a square ideally, and in this case it's possible. 36 over 4 is 9. So that means the side length is 9, so it's 9 times 9 is 81 millimeters squared. So the greatest possible area of the rectangle is 81 millimeters squared.